So, Rashida, I know you do a lot to give back to the community. Tell us what you're doing to, and I know it's your passion to give back and continue to pull forward more people.
Yeah, look, giving back is really important to me, and I give back one through mentoring. Like, I have lots and lots of mentees, and I think that's important as well. Again, to our earlier conversation of just helping them get there faster.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be where I am if people didn't invest in me, like literally invest in me. I was fortunate to go to school through scholarships, and when I was at NC State, actually, I would go to endowment dinners to meet my scholarship donors.
Yeah.
And when I would walk in the room, I wouldn't see anyone that resembles me at all. And it was something, I was grateful to be the recipient of an endowment scholar. But what I walked away with is, I wanted students in the future to be able to walk in and to understand that they can also be a giver.
Yeah.
And they also have the capacity and the ability to give. So because of that, I actually decided to start an endowment focused on women and minorities in industrial engineering. And I started it now because I felt it was important. My mom always taught me that if something is important to you, you should make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to wait, where I had tons of excess dollars, right? Or honestly, I give it away when I die. I wanted it, to be a sacrifice. I wanted to be a line item on my budget that this was important to me, and I wanted to be impactful to help someone on their journey. So I was one of the youngest alumni to start an endowment at North Carolina State University, and for students to pursue industrial engineering. And in addition to that, and my dad says, all the time, that I give my mom all the credit. But I give both my parents just so much credit for everything that they've done to me, but I have such a gratitude to my mom. And so actually coming up here recently in our last engineering building on our new Centennial campus at North Carolina State, I made a significantly large commitment, and the entry foyer of that building is going to be named in the honor of my mother. And
I have goosebumps just hearing that.
If my mom was here right now, she would say, no one cares, that's not important. But, for me it was. And again, it was all about this perspective of, one, making sure that students, when they walk the halls, they see that others that look like them walk those halls, that others that had other struggles. Because society would say that because my parents were teenagers, they would be nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Many people said that I wouldn't be nothing. And so it wasn't easy. It hasn't been an easy road. But due to mentors, due to people giving back and seeding life into me, quite frankly, gives me the opportunity that I have today. So for me, I have an unshakable commitment to make sure that I am seeding into the lives of others, because if someone didn't seed into my life, I would not be where I am today. My parents couldn't afford for me to go to college.
Yeah.
So they were clear, like, do good in school so you can get a good scholarship. And I was, I had that scholarship book where I was looking through all the scholarships and applying to every single one that, I felt that I qualified for, because I knew it was something that I wanted to go pursue, but my parents didn't have the financial means to be able to help me to get there. But others helped me get there. And so I want to continue to do that. I'm a big fan of that. And I just think it's so important, for us to help others along the way, because that's true meaningful impact.
That is quite unbelievable, but very emotional too, just to hear the story and how far you've come and how much you're giving back. Rashida, I want to thank you for being here today, but for being so real and authentic and raw and showing your emotions in every way possible. It definitely feels very intimate in the way you shared with us who you are, and I appreciate that you did that. So thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you. It was indeed an honor. We had fun.
We did have fun, absolutely.
In this conversation, and I learned from you as well in the conversation. But one thing I've learned over time is that I can only be me.
Yeah.
And that includes the successes and what people read about online, but it also includes where I stubbed my toe,
Yeah.
where it's been painful, but it's all part of me, and there's been a learning lesson along the way.
Yeah.
And you can't have one without the other. A lot of times we talk about the accomplishments, the successes, the fortunes,
Absolutely.
right? The IBMs, the
Absolutely.
Microsofts, but all those things were made possible because of grit,
Absolutely.
because of some pain, because of some tears, because
Yeah.
of some laughter. And I think the more that we talk about them, the more that we express them, I think the more that we'll collectively learn and be able to do better.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. All right, so this is Human Behind the Leader with Rashida Hodge, and we do this on behalf of Self-eSTEM. Self-eSTEM is a nonprofit organization that enable underprivileged young women to pursue STEM. To learn more about Self-eSTEM, reach out to us in our social media channels on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you so much.